Hi there. My name is Wilhelm Hawker, and I'm the Director of Solution Engineering at Parasoft for our functional solutions. Thanks for joining me today. We're going to be looking at fast, easy service virtualization through natural language with AI in Parasoft Virtualize. So let's get started. Here I've got the virtualized desktop where we'll be creating virtual services with the help of our AI assistant. And I would like to point out that we support a number of LLM providers. You can integrate with OpenAI, Azure OpenAI, Google Gemini, or even a model that you're deploying locally in your environment or on-prem. Today I'll be using GPT-4 1. And before we get started with creating virtual services, I wanted to spend a moment talking about the application that we're testing, ParaBank. So ParaBank has a dependency to an external loan processing service. So it's a service that's outside of our control. There's a cost per transaction. And it makes testing a challenge because besides the cost factor, we also want to test various different data behaviors, right? Not just happy path testing, and that can be a challenge when we have a dependency that's outside of our control. So I'm going to be using service virtualization to help us work around that issue by simulating this loan processor service in my test environment. So coming back to ParaBank, I'm going to ask it, help me create a virtual service for, and I'm giving it a service definition, my OpenAPI YAML, for handling loans. Right? And so now the AI assistant is reading through that service definition and it's figuring out, okay, which response do we need to deal with in this case? And so I'll say yes, create the virtual service, and we'll give it a name. But like I said, we want to handle various behaviors associated with different data conditions. And so one of the nice things about what we can do with AI Assistant is get pretty specific about our requirements around data and how we want sort of the business logic or correlation logic of different kinds of responses of that virtualized loan processor that we're building up. So in this case, there's a number of fields we want to respond with, like loan provider name, right, with realistic bank names, kind of true false approval, kind of a message associated with the response, as well as some business logic around, right, the loan amount and the down payment, what kind of things I care about. And so if we look and see at the preview table that it's giving us for data, you can see it really understood what I was asking for when it came to different cases that I want to simulate, right? -0, -0 when it comes to amounts or down payments, right? A loan with a high loan amount but low down payment, or down payment exceeding the loan amount, right? So these error conditions that you wouldn't normally think about testing, but it's good for thorough testing to cover not just the happy path. So I'm going to say yes, I'm happy with that data source. And now it's going to generate a CSV file for me with this data. It's going to parameterize my virtual asset and configure all of those fields coming from the data. So if we come back and look here, let's test it out. Right, so I already have my ParaBank app pre-configured to expect the virtual service. And so if we do a loan amount of a negative value, we can see First National Bank, right? First National Bank, that's looking good. So if I do another one here where maybe loan amount is positive, but the down payment is negative, right? Union State Bank, we've got that one there. And so if we look at one of these positive ones, so greater than 10,000 and 2,000, right, so if we do maybe a positive case like 15,000, 2,500 for a loan, right there we've got citizen savings. So you can see very quickly I'm able to virtualize dependencies to my application, configure it with the data that I'm looking for, so I can start testing all the various behaviors I'm interested in, stabilizing that test environment, allowing me to do continuous testing, saving money, right, in cases of external dependencies that come with the cost. And the AI assistant made it a lot faster for me to get started and get something built out with realistic data quickly. And that's all I have for you. Thank you.